So note to self, when you're using a clicker, it really pays to turn it on. I've just been rambling away for like 5 minutes and then noticed that my time wasn't going up any, and I'm like, oh geez, can't believe this. But anyways, I am Barb with Lost and Floss. This is episode number 53 and it's November 19th, 2020. The crazy year. Let's hope next year we're just like looking at this year as a wash and back to some of the things that we really enjoy. Anyways, this is a channel primarily about cross stitch. There'll always be probably a little bit of rambling and a story or two. So sit back, grab your stitching, and let's chat a while. So let's see. Oh, first off, a couple things I want to mention. Housekeeping! So the last couple videos I've been talking about, is it a thing? And for me, it definitely is a thing. In summer, well, I've noticed this for like a while now, couple years I'd say, but shirts would be getting like these tiny pinholes in the stomach area. Mostly t-shirts. I can't say I've had it happen to any woven things, but you know, knit tops as well, I would say. Maybe, well, yeah, even one that was out of rayon, now that I'm thinking about it. So I threw it out there one day because I was really getting frustrated. I'm like, is it caused by cross stitch, or like what is the deal with this? So anyways, many of you commented that you have had the same issue. So last episode I asked one if skinny people had this issue, because I thought, well, maybe because of me like having my stomach stick out farther, it causes more rubbing. And then my next question was, if you wear your shirts tucked in, if it still would happen, because it just seems like if it's poor material, it still might happen. And then the third thing I asked is if you wore leggings, if it still happened to you. So on further analysis, people who wear leggings don't have it happen to them. So that leads me to believe, point A to point B in Barb's brain, that the issue is the snap or the button of jeans, because it's right in that area that the holes always happen. And and a couple people were skinny, and so I don't think it necessarily had to do with if you're like what size you are. So according to my scientific conclusions, it's caused by the button on your jean. If you don't want it to happen, tuck your shirt in, or I don't know. You know, it's probably rubbing up when you're rubbing up against the counter when you're doing dishes or cooking or something. So, or my other thought was, although this might get you warmer in summertime, is to wear like a tank top underneath and have that out first. And well, no, that wouldn't work because that's on the inside. Never mind, just tuck your shirt in. So so we've taken care of that. Then someone else asked, I've been showing Autumn Time, and to begin with, I want to mention that this is very important because a lot of people have been having real issues finding Autumn Time, but New York Dreamer has an Etsy site and her charts are available there. So look on Etsy and you'll be able to find it. So I was really excited when I saw that it was there, as well as there's a couple others that I might want to stitch. So it's pretty exciting. So I knew you guys would be happy to hear about that. Then someone else asked about the seam binding and where I got it. and it is seam binding. And I'm sorry, but I can't give you any information on it because Leanne purchased it online. So I have no idea where she got it from. But maybe just try Googling seam binding and see if you can come up with the source. Okay, so then I asked on my video about autumn time, and I have that right here. So I hope you're not too disappointed that it's not fully done. It's still where it was the last time. But so what I was asking is, this is the autumn time, if I should use this fabric, and this is how it's going to be. Like, none of the fabric's going to show on the front or on the back. So this fabric with this, or the second option was this paisley with the seam binding. And I asked on Instagram for you guys to give your opinion there too. Well, the one day I'm sitting there and I was drawing my little hatches for paisley vine, and like one would get way ahead, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's gonna be the winner. And then all of a sudden the other one, I'd have like 5 straight people that would vote for that. So basically, when I last looked, and I know there's more people who have weighed in since then, it was really pretty even. I think I'd be happy with either. I think both of them are really pretty. And so what I decided to do live is flip a coin. Well, then I couldn't find my purse. I don't know. Like, who needs your purse anymore? Well, now that I think about it, I think it's upstairs because I needed to put a charge card in for online payment I was making. But anyway, so I'm looking like for a coin other than like going in my bank and dumping it. So all I could find was a penny in my sock drawer. But it'll work because we can still call heads and tails. So you're going to see this happen live. So I think, let's see, paisley vine. Paisley comes first in the alphabet. So paisley is going to be heads. And vine is going to be tails. Okay, well, you won't be able to see this, but here we go. And it is heads. So that means paisley, right? Yes, I think that's what I said. I'll go back and look. Yes, alphabetical. So that takes care of that. So I will be doing it with the paisley. And the more I was looking at it, like this one you need to use on a bigger stitch piece as a background, where this one it's a smaller print, so I could make use of it on a lot of different small objects. So then that takes care of that. That was pretty exciting, wasn't it? I had some haul between the time I recorded last and today, but I got too excited and I had to start some of them. So I know it's a rule, but it's not my rule. Because it's like, when I want to start something, I'm going to start it. So sorry, people. But I do have one thing, which fell on the floor. This chart is really cute. Blackberry Lane Designs, and it's called Gingerbread Mittens. Hopefully there's not too much glare. Look at those little guys. Really cute. And I bought the called for color, which is 28 count Phoenix Cash Out. So look at that. Isn't that going to be pretty? I'm really excited to do these, but I don't know if they're going to be happening this year yet. And then, let's see, another thing I wanted to mention was I had tried via my videos to give away Betty Broomstick, who was all stitched up already, and the fabric and chart for Vinny and the first 2 people I selected never got back to me, which was really sad. So I did a new technique, and I had people who were interested let me know on my email, because I figured that way, you know, like, I know people watch videos and you just happen upon one and maybe don't go back for the rest of them. So I thought at least if I did it with an email, you would check that every couple days. And so I thought that would maybe work better. And it did. So those went to Jill. So I hope the chart I mailed on the same day got there. Yes, got to someone yesterday. So I'm hoping Jill got Betty and Vinny. There are some really funny responses. So if you ever are bored and want to look through on, well, no, you wouldn't be able to see it because it was in my email. Never mind. You wouldn't be that bored anyways, right? Okay, so that was my haul, and I have some more stuff coming from Fire Poppies. Yeah, that's where I ordered it from. I want to start, as many of you have, doing some of the Prairie Schooler ornaments, but the 18 count, I just want them a little bit smaller. And so I bought a chunk of 25 count vintage country mocha Lugana. And so I'm going to try one on there and see how I like that size. But anyways, we have things, or I have things, to show you today. It's kind of an exciting day, and that's why I decided I'd pop on here and do a video. I don't think it's going to be real long, but I want to get back to my decorating. As you can see, I've started. First time ever. But I'll show you my whips and we can talk about that next. So, working on Yes, Virginia, which I got at Country Sampler when I was there with Leanne and Pam, stitching between the lines. Love, love, love this chart. Anyways, it was hard to get it out, but I saw Pam's all framed and finished up, and I'm like, I gotta get mine out. So I was working this way, and somewhere in here, I'm off 2 rows. So I decided to come back this way and see if I can make it work. I think I probably will be able to, but you know, it's getting there. I really think I can get it done for Christmas this year. Whether I get it framed or whatever, that might be a different story, but I'm really hoping. I love this one. I love anything vintage Santa. I think it's just a classic. It'll always be great to have as home decor. Then I've been working on Plum Street Samplers, Home for Christmas. I love this chart, but man, oh man, oh man, is there a lot of stitching in there. Much more than I thought there would be. I'm stitching it on 32 count Winter Brew. I think the called for was 36. So I'm using pretty much all the called for threads, with the exception of the roof color. I think I use white. And I wish I maybe wouldn't have gone white, but I've had so many charts where the white doesn't show up lately that I thought I'd rather almost have it too bright than not bright enough. And I think once I get the other stuff in there, it'll be fine. So I'm aiming for Christmas this year, but we'll see. Wishing Thee Merriness is another chart that I just loved. Homespun Elegance. I'm hoping it's starting to get dark out, and so I'm hoping that I don't have too much blindingness going on. But I got quite a bit further on it. So this one I think for sure I'll get done for Christmas. So it's coming along. Rosie, one of our loyal viewers, sent me a bunch of the homespun elegance charts. And then, I just mentioned to her that someone won the sheep one and I had sent it out. And so then she mentioned a chart that she was looking at that she wants to stitch next year. And so I'm like, oh, I'm not familiar with that. So of course I Googled it. Well, I didn't know that Homespun Elegance had an Etsy site with all their charts. Oh my gosh, they're like, I could have done some serious damage. I'm like, no, you have to stay on track and finish some of the things that you've started this year. So I controlled myself and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go back there and do some looking some other day. This is one of the ones that I didn't show you, but I had to start. Good old Brenda Gervais, Mr. Marshmallow. Like a lot of people don't like the green, but I love that color. And so I knew right away I wanted to do all the called for colors. I didn't have Ladybug, but I think this is, it's another classic color work red. And I really feel like it's fairly close, it'll be fine. The white, I'm doing everything called for, and I don't feel like my white jumps out like the white on the chart picture. But, you know, I always have to keep in mind that this is, you know, it's a photo. And so it's hard to say how it really looks in real life. But I think this is so cute. The buttons weren't available when I bought my chart. So then I went on a hunt and I'm like, you know, I just don't want to pay $7 for shipping for some buttons. I mean, I know I can get them from the Jabco site or whatever, but they're like a couple little buttons. So I don't know. I really want the buttons, but I'm thinking, well, I have some other little snowflakes and maybe I'll just make those work. I don't know. We'll see. Wow. This is really probably why I decided to record today. It's not, I don't know that it's done, but I could be done with it and no one would know, but there's a couple things I want to change. But anyways, Christmas stocking. So I am glad to be done with this one. It was kind of a beast. There's squiggly things that you can put here on either side of the name, but you know, I was trying to, it looks like so much white showing right now, but if you take it off and fold it like the stocking part would be, which I will show you in 1 minute, I don't think it looks nearly as like empty space is what I'm trying to say. Instead of the squiggles, I was thinking about doing like some variation of the holly just on either side of the name, just to bring some of the green up to the top, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that or not yet, which is why it's kind of an FO, but might be a change or two. Plus this little back stitching I stitched in white and is supposed to be stitched in dark. but I might leave that too. I don't know, you know, like make it your own. So this is stocking number 3. I have another one to start after this. And I have the chart pictures of the other ones I did. This was the very first one I did for my granddaughter. This is Santa's Journey. And these are all dimension gold stockings. I've mentioned several times that this is what I got back into cross stitching with, and I really thought I could get a lot of it done in a weekend. Yeah, found out later that wasn't going to happen. Oh wait, did I show you the wrong picture? This is Holiday Glow. That's the stocking I'm doing. And with this other one, I don't know what I showed you, but I'll show you this one again too. And this is the one I did, Welcome Santa, for my oldest grandson. And so now I'm starting to look at what I'm going to do for the baby. We'll see what I pick out. Usually what I do is I go through and because you want them to kind of have a similar look and feel. So I'll pick out a couple options, and then my daughter will look at them and, you know, say if she likes it, doesn't like it, or we go from there. So we haven't done Stop the Floss in a while. And as I was getting out my Christmas stuff, which is all over the place, and really, like, I don't normally decorate for Christmas on November 19th, but the more I saw people doing it with what a crappy year it's been, I'm like, if it brings me comfort, I'm gonna do that. And my husband is gone today, so I just thought it's a good opportunity for me to just make a mess and get it started. So I think I've showed this before, but this was a pillow Leanne made for me, the wool applique, and she used this really cute plaid on the back. And I've been looking at wool applique, and I know I will try it. It looks so fun. Anna of Stitch Roadie, well, I don't know if it's on Stitch Roadie or Quote Roadie. She has 2 channels, but she's doing a stitch along wool applique home piece where the O of home, that little bit pops out and, you know, switches out every month. Really, really cute. Like, I was thinking, oh, I would love to do that. But, you know, I don't have any, well, I have one little piece, but I don't have any wool fabric. And so, you know, if you're looking at the kitted version of the chart every month, it's, you know, it adds up to quite a bit. And I've already committed to doing the monthly wordplay series next year. Speaking of which, there's several people who are interested in joining me in those. My original plan was I was thinking of starting January and December, so be ready. But I realized Leanne had all the charts. She had been working on them. And I really thought she stitched January, but she has 2 June charts, but no January. So I'm going to have to get my hands on January somewhere. And so I don't know if I'm going to be starting that one. Maybe I'll just start with February. I mean, it really doesn't matter what when you're working on. It'll just be fun to see people posting them. So I'll figure out a hashtag and talk more about that in my next video. And then this year, well, I guess it was at the end of last year, my mom moved into assisted living. So going through the stuff in her townhouse, she had to, obviously downsize a lot of her decorations and stuff. And she always had this Santa that I made for her in her kitchen, and I had never made one for myself. So I'm like, I am gonna grab that. I love his little round belly, his elf treats. And I think if I remember correctly, something very similar to this was in the background of a painting book that Leanne and I worked from. And so I don't know that I ever saw the chart for this available. But anyways, it's kind of my version of him, and I just think he's really, really cute. So I was glad I could rescue him. I remember there was a knitting store, specialty yarn store that I would go to for like the beard hair, and I think this is like some kind of mohair or something. But so anyways, he will be with my stuff this year. Hello! Oh, so another night, this was so funny, because this was another chart. I had started on it, but I wasn't too far. But I bought Snowman Enjoy. It's Twin Peak primitives. And I think it was like maybe at least 2 years ago. I think I was trying to remember this, but I think I was at maybe Joann Fabrics after Christmas. So this was like maybe 2.5 years ago, and they had just one of these like top hats, and it's like paper mache. I didn't do the bottom, but and I also peeled off the little, there's holly berries that stick on and holly leaves, because I thought it'd be easier to paint. So anyways, the minute I saw this, I'm like, flat round surface snowman goes on there. Didn't get to it last year, and then so I had pulled my threads and had a little start on it. The other night I'm on Instagram and just paging through, seeing what people have posted, and Rosalie Colby, I think I have that right. I linked it in my Instagram story, so if you want to see hers, you can go there. But she had the top hat with a really cute snowman stitch on it. I'm like, oh, good idea. But anyways, so then last night, after seeing hers, I'm like, I stayed up pretty late, and I'm like, I gotta get mine near completion. I have this taped on this just to see how it'll fit, so it's not spaced real well. There were big birds that went here, and I decided to leave those off, and I don't know, I might do stick on something, or I might just leave it plain. But anyways, I think that's going to be really, really cute, so that'll go on there. And so hopefully next episode I'll have an FFO for you. I finished December Prairie Schooler, so I have that done, and I have another one of Leanne's items done, but I thought, well, I'll show those next video, because I will then have this one done. So maybe once I have my decorating done, I'll do another video. It does get a little obsessive, like, how many people decorate their bathrooms? A lot of my friends mock me for that, but I'm like, why not? I mean, you have space and looks cute when it's done. So normally in the past, like years ago, I used to have a Thanksgiving Day brunch for my daughter's friends, and so I never would even begin to think about decorating till the weekend after Thanksgiving. But not, obviously don't do that anymore, and we're hoping if everyone maintains their quarantine status, to spend Thanksgiving with our daughter and her family, which will be the first time we've been inside with them since February, which is really, I mean, it just blows my mind. But you do what you gotta do, right? So, yeah, my plans continue to decorate, and, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Because I just learned that work is giving us off Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is awesome. So I have to make a couple pies for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to make those on Wednesday. So then I thought, well, we're going for dinner, hopefully. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to start a Thanksgiving item. And so I'm going to start on Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving lineup that I got from Lisa Kindred Stitcher. Thanks again, Lisa. I did the Easter one, and so I just think this is really, really cute, and especially the pumpkin pie. Oh, our little 3-year-old grandson. My daughter sent a video the one day, and he's showing a picture. He's the one I'm doing the stocking for. Showing a picture of something he drew, and he's like, and pumpkin pie? I'm eating pumpkin pie with whipped cream on it. It was just so cute. He's such a cutie. He, well, they're all cute, right? Yeah, you can't pick a favorite amongst them because they all take a piece of your heart, and there's room for more. Other plans, I want to start on Candy Cane Lane. I have that all kitted up. I also have another Christmas Plum Street sampler that I want to start on. You know, like I'll stitch Christmas all year long. My thought is, I know I probably won't get all of these done, but hopefully I'll be able to get enough of them done, or at least to the point where you need to FFO them next year. I'm hoping this weekend to work on some finishing again. I have Leanne's Prairie Schooler ornaments that I'd like to at least get a couple of them done this year for her family, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I will be spreading out in the kitchen again. My long countertop area, it's perfect for finishing. So yeah, so I guess that's about all I have for you guys. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I don't really have anything else going on. It's like not going anywhere, not doing anything, but staying well, so that's the main thing, right? So continue to fill the world with love, and we'll see you next time. And because I dropped my clicker, I have to bend over before I wave, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.